Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of the Manifesting with the Moon Challenge. Come on in. I am in multiple places again today. I am on YouTube, on the Blue Moon Manifestations Facebook page, and in the Manifesting with the Moon Facebook challenge group. So many words, and I do it to myself. So come on in, say hello, grab a cup of something to drink if you like. I have coffee as per usual. I'm actually trying to see if I can also have multiple devices going so I can see all the comments with names in all the places. I just don't have a way to prop it up. But let's see. If you're on the email list for the challenge, there was a clue for the day. Just a quick question. Let me know the answer if you opened up your reminder email this morning. And what am I looking for? The Blue Moon Manifestations page. Oh my goodness. Can we do this with all the screens? Welcome, welcome. All right. We are going to talk today about how working with the moon can be a spiritual practice. Hello. Hold on one second. I'm not seeing the name, but I will find it because I have both places. Yay. Is that today? Nope. Where is today's video? There it is. Nilda, hello. Janice, I see you guys. Technology is such a thing, an interesting thing. I'm trying to see if I can see us in all the places. Oh, look at that. Now, can I see the comments? Oh my gosh. Yes, I can. Okay. Well, we're going to go. We're going to go. I may be able to see everybody's name. I may not. I may not. I see the captions. Calla lily. Oh, those are some awesome flowers. I have never personally grown them, Janice, but thank you for answering. And why can I not see comments? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why. It will show up when it will. So I'm shifted a little bit. I made some rearrangements last night. Where is my finger? I got a moon tapestry that came in. I don't know if that's the right placement for it, but I put this backwards thing is weird. I put Frida up there instead of right behind me. So we'll see. We'll see. Shifting some things around. And if you are newer to the challenge, you joined partway through, or you're just watching the videos, thank you for being here. You love them all, Nilda. Yes. I read somewhere that flowers are, the earth laughs or plays in flowers or something like that. And they're like the earth's candy. And they are. I love most flowers too, I think. I don't, have ones that I dislike. I just have ones I like more. Sunflowers being one of them that I love. I'll get into a whole list of them. Thanks, Dennis. So welcome to the challenge. We're wrapping it up today in the 5th of the 5 days, and then there will be a bonus class on Sunday. And I just almost forgot the card for today. So let me get today's card. It is hard to choose just one type. They all have their beauties and their features and their scents, some of them. All right, so let's pull a card for today, and then I will show you all 5 cards that I pulled this week and see if we get a cohesive message or not. Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. Let's see. Message for today. Ooh, it's a good one, especially for me. I know this speaks to me since we just had the full moon. We're still in full moon energy, but we had the full moon a couple days ago. And so we're now in the waning, in the releasing, the letting go part of the lunar cycle. And the card for today is work through your fears. Yes, hello. Fears are big bullies. And when we work through them and stand up to them, they back down. It feels very scary though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have all the cards that we pulled or that I pulled this week. We started off at the beginning of the challenge, a time for healing. Maybe some healing needed to be done, or you needed to find some way to do that. Next was a time to give rather than take. That actually ties right into the healing. That is a way to heal. Giving rather than taking. It also helps you feel abundant when you give without the expectation. Hold your vision. So hold on to that, right? Sometimes we get going and excited. Hold your vision. Hold on to that through the challenges. Then we have you are good enough. You are good enough. We don't need to do anything to be worthy. We don't need to earn being good enough. We are good enough just as we are. And today is work through your fears. So that's a pretty good grouping. I mean, I don't know that you could ever get a bad one, but that's a pretty good message for us there. Let me put the cards away before I drop everything. So I feel a little different because like I said I'm positioned differently to see if I like my moon tapestry there and Frida up there. And today we're wrapping the challenge up with talking about how working with the moon can be a spiritual practice and also how you can incorporate that into your current spiritual practice. And there are different ways of doing that. There are different levels, if you will, if you want to look at it that way. I'm going to touch on them. This specific topic, making the word working with the moon a spiritual practice, is just so broad and so expansive. This today topic, chat, however you want to look at it, class, is a launching point. It's a way to get you thinking maybe a little bit differently, just to open your eyes to possibilities. And then you go, do you, and find the thing that works for you. And also know that it doesn't have to be the same all the time. You change. We change as people. We go through different seasons in our life. So we will also go through different seasons in our practices and things that change. The cards tell it all if we can just hold on to the message. Yes, 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 Carol. And also, if we can hold on to the message. And one thing I've learned too is, and do the work. A lot of times we want the cards to give us the answers or, you know, the message, and that's great, but they can't do the work for us. So that added to what you said is, yes, absolutely spot on. The cards tell us. Yes, yes, yes. And there is some good stuff coming down the pike for here at Blue Moon Manifestations with cards, involving cards. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. So let's get started and work our way through some of the things I have to talk about. As always, I encourage you guys to share your practices, share your rituals, your beliefs, because that's how we also learn from, you know, sharing and other people contributing. So symbolically, we talked about how the moon is said to influence the deep waters of us, because the moon does affect the waters, the oceans of the world. So it can affect our deep waters. And what are our deep waters? Our emotions, our feelings, our moods, how we feel, you know, tied to our the mood that we have, and our perceptions, the way that we see things. So in astrology, the moon, again, I'm tying this kind of all throughout what we've talked about this challenge. Hi, Maya, good to see you from London. Your time is, oh, you are so welcome. I love this. I love doing this. I'm glad you found your way here, and my pleasure. My pleasure. Absolutely. And yesterday I said I might not be feeling good today because I thought Eric might have gotten me, but I'm good. I'm good. So yay. Yay for positive thinking, essential oils, and, you know, tea. Tea as well as coffee. So the moon is tied to our emotions. The moon is personified as female in astrology, and just, you know, in the I guess metaphysical, spiritual type world, referred to as she. I have heard mention that I'm not going to know which one, did actually have it reverse, or not reverse, just opposite, where they referred to the male energy with the moon and the female energy with the sun. And I just heard this on some chat, but I don't remember which culture or that is. Patty has her feel good shirt on. She's on fire. My red flannel. Yes. I love this shirt. It is. It's cozy and soft and not too heavy. And just that burned all that yuckiness away, right? You're so funny, Janice. My feel good shirt, it does feel good. So I like to think of it that the moon, it's almost like, I wrote it down, I said, it's almost like the moon and women are made for each other, because we can tap into the emotions, and we are emotional creatures. And like the moon, we wax and wane, we change, right? We don't stay constant all the time. Our moods, our energy, it all waxes and wanes. We go through cycles and phases, and we're all whole the entire time. Just because we only see part of the moon illuminated, she's all there. All of the moon is there. We just see a certain part of her. So I like to keep that in mind when we're working through our spiritual practices, through our personal development, these things. We're whole. There are pieces of us that we show at different times, and sometimes we share all of our emotions, all of us, and both are perfect. All of it is perfect, because we're not going to stay the same. So working with the moon, I've also alluded to this throughout the challenge, really is an ancient practice that ties us to our ancestors, because everybody that has lived and existed and been on this planet has seen the exact same moon. No matter where in the world they lived, no matter what time they lived in, time period, we have all looked at the very same moon. And recently, that's just like so expansive in my brain. Like, oh my gosh, yes. I just think that's freaking awesome. So let's see. I tap ancient wisdom. And goddesses. A lot of people have different goddesses, different cultures have goddesses. Goddesses can sometimes, or are sometimes, seen as a personification of the moon, because it's female. They're nurturing. They have their spicy sides as well. Some of the goddesses, they're fiery, spicy warrior sides, but it's all tapped into that female energy. So different cultures refer to their goddesses by different names, obviously. And I used to have a picture of one of them here. I have a picture of two, but I don't know where she went. But I'll show you the one I do have after I talk about some of the goddesses that either you may be familiar with or not. So where's my list? Romans have Diana, and that's the picture that I had that I cannot find. Diana is their goddess associated with the moon. The Greeks have Selena and Artemis. Catholicism has Mary, and this is one that you may not think of, and I had not for sure, but Mary is sometimes referred to as the Moon Queen. And when I was growing up, going to church, I had never heard this. And I heard a workshop I was in, when I learned that Mary is sometimes referred to as the Moon Queen. And I also heard that most statues or depictions of Mary will have a moon, mostly, I think a lot of times standing on the moon. I checked this out because my aunt has a statue of Mary. She has a little altar space or sacred space, however she refers to it, of Mary. And that's been there as long as, I've been going to my aunt's house my entire life. And I was there for my birthday in April last month. And I went to go check it out because she has the statue, of Mary. She has some flowers around it. And there's just things around the bottom, like pictures and stuff, where you don't see the base really clearly. And I went to go check it out, and there is a crescent moon that Mary is standing on as on that statue. So I'm like, huh, look at why, why is this not, made more well known? Mary being called the Moon Queen, I think it's fabulous. I had never heard this in any of my church goings or Sunday schools or anything along those lines, but I think it's beautiful. Going on, Egypt, the Egyptian culture has the goddess Isis, and then the Hindu culture has Kali and Durga. And I do have a picture of Kali. No, I'm wrong. I don't have a picture of Kali. I have a picture of. Did I write the names wrong this time? Goddesses. It'll come back to me. I may have written it wrong. But Durga, and I always forget that name. I don't know why I forget that name because I love it so much. I do Lakshmi. See, had to look for it. Lakshmi is the depiction that I have, and we'll get touching a little bit on her in a bit, but that's the picture I have. And why is the moon useful or helpful, or how can working with the moon be tied into spiritual practices? Well, the very basic reason, regardless of what additional components you add on in your working with it, the moon is a heavenly celestial body. And the moon was created by a higher power, right? All this was orchestrated, either God, if you believe that. I do. I have a belief that I interchange the words. God, the universe, spirit, the cosmos, all these things. It's not a man-made thing. The moon is not a man-made thing. It's in the heavens. To us, it's in the heavens. It's a heavenly celestial body. And I see that as a way to connect with higher power, with any higher power, with spirit, with our emotions that can raise us up from where we are or change our circumstances. And that's the very foundation, because we're connecting with the celestial, the heavens, the higher powers through working with the moon. So that's the very foundation of it, or the very basic as the way I see it. And to manifest anything, we've talked throughout this challenge, we need to tap into our emotions, to really feel that it's possible, to feel it as real now as much as we can, and just tap into that and build on that feeling of how good it feels, how good it will feel, how excited we are about what we're manifesting. And so through connecting with the moon, we can tap into and strengthen our emotions. And if that's where you're at and that's where you stay, that's beautiful, because that still is connecting and working, tapping into your emotions. Next, if you choose to want to try, or you're called to maybe try working with a goddess, what you might want to do is pick one. However, whatever pops into your head, either you like stories you've heard about this goddess, you might want to just try one because you like the name, or you just sit and ask yourself a question: which goddess do I want to try working with? And maybe one will pop into your head, or as you go throughout the day, you'll see a symbol or something that points you in that direction. So don't feel bad if you don't get the answer right that second. Just be open to receiving the answer and guidance in whatever way it comes. So I do have a little statuette of Lakshmi up there. I happen to really resonate with her energy. And Lakshmi is the Hindu goddess of love and abundance. So that's why she was not on my moon list. She's not the moon goddess, but she is the goddess of love and abundance. So I really resonate with that energy, and also of beauty. And so that is something that I connect with. So that's why I have the picture up, and that's why I have the little figurine up in my space over here, where I have all my little moon things. And that can be a way to meditate. I can listen to meditations that connect me to that energy, because that also, the love cultivates great, wonderful feelings. Love is the most powerful, potent emotion, right? For healing, for growing, for forgiving. I tapped into that today with some rose quartz. I did my forgiveness list today and burned it this morning. So I definitely tapped into that love energy, forgiving the things that came up. Some of them I thought I had actually done, like I talked about earlier, and it was just another layer, just like a confirmation. And it was interesting. The stuff I started writing about led to so many things on my forgiveness list this round, but stuff that's I'm getting out of my way. I'm getting it the hell out of my way so that I can do the things I want to do and take those scary steps. Hi, Marilyn. Thank you for being here. So, where am I at here? So, if you're just starting or becoming interested in working with any goddesses, there are a couple ways that worked for me to go about doing it. And you can try these, or you can see what comes to you if you through journaling or asking or meditating. If you have already tuned into, or like I said, there's a goddess that you would like to work with or that has sparked your interest, start by printing a picture. So I did that. I printed a picture of Lakshmi. I also, like I said, I have one of Diana. I just don't know where it went because I shifted things around, moving them. Um, Feeling happy with your lectures and moon energy. Ah, thank you, Maya. That's awesome. Thank you. I love it. So that's probably why, because it's really honest and genuine energy. Aphrodite is a great energy. Is that love as well? I think of that as, yes, as love. Uh-oh. No. No phone calls. No phone calls right now. Aphrodite. I have a goddess deck that I could probably look up, but I'm not going to. That's fabulous. So if you have one you're interested in, print a picture or look one up. You can print it off of the internet as long as you're using it for your own personal. You're not republishing the picture. Like this one I got off of Google, but I'm just using it here, right? For my personal. I'm not publishing it on a blog or something like that. Not having to worry about copyright. I'm just printing it for my personal use. I'm not publishing it in any way. And putting it up on your altar or in your journal, if you want to journal and get to know this goddess that you're choosing or that has called to you. And then start asking some questions. How can I get to know you? How can I work with you? What do I need to know about you? Or how can we work together? Anything along those lines. And I always recommend doing this through journaling or meditating, because then you kind of take your thoughts out of it. Now, our thoughts always kind of wander when we're meditating. Nobody that I know of is perfect in that sense. But see what comes to you. Start doing some research and reading about them and learning about what their energies are, what their stories are, what work they have been known to do or are good for in the culture, within the culture that that they're from, and see if that still resonates with you. And then you can have that presence. You've already tapped into it. When you're setting your new moon intentions, you can then ask for guidance through cards, like we talked about yesterday, a practice to help you connect with the moon. You can also incorporate that. Sit and ask a question of the goddess or deity or of the moon itself and see what comes to you as you pull cards to help you in the type of intention that might benefit you, in helping you get clarity for the intention you want to work with, for helping you do the release work, the forgiveness work, because goddesses have a lot of the love energy. So they're really fabulous to work with at this time in the waning half, in the release work and the forgiveness work, and being supported by that loving energy, that goddess energy. I am from Mauritius. I am so bad at phonetics. I used to think I was good at it. And then I realized I'm mediocre at it, and that's okay. Mauritius, living in London. How do I know which god to pray in Ganesh Jai? How do I know which god to pray in Ganesh Jai Mata Rani? Okay. I know that Ganesh is also a god, a deity. I am not familiar with if the rest is a saying, Maya, or if it is another like a mantra associated. How the way that it works for me though, the first part of your question, how do I know which god to pray on? I always go with my feeling. I always go, like I said, journaling or asking it through meditation or through prayer if there is a God to work with. And I will tell you a little bit of my belief because this also may help explain. When I started really diving into my spiritual practice and developing it and realizing that I can have you did, Lakshmi, okay, that I can have an actual relationship. When I was going to church, I felt, looking back, that everyone's practice had to look the same. We all went to church. We all did Sunday school. We all, said their prayers. It all looked the same to me. I don't recall ever being encouraged or taught or made it known that it is up to me to develop a personal relationship, a um, a conversation, a practice that resonates with me, even within Christianity or going to church. That was not fostered, so I felt very like zombies, and not in a critical sense, just like everybody doing the same thing, not really having that um, individuality in that sense. It's not individualized. But now I realize that it is. It is. And I see deities and God and the universe and goddess and spirit and source as all energy. It's energy that is around us, that is part of us. And I don't think that any specific denomination or any specific religious belief is wrong. So if none of them are wrong, why can't we work with all of them or any of them or work with different ones based on what we need or where we are in our life? So that's what resonates with me and why now it's like, yes, I have a spiritual practice and it changes and it grows and it modifies and I add new things and sometimes I go back to basics and sometimes I work with other different deity energies, and that is okay for what works for me. I hated going to church as a kid, and now I know it wasn't for me. Exactly. It's not that it's wrong. Absolutely. You said it perfectly, Gabriela. It wasn't for me. And it wasn't for me either. It wasn't. And I have family that still is very church going, and that is what they love, and they get support or whatever they feel they need from it. So fabulous. I don't want to tell you not to do it. I just encourage you to make it your own. And really, whichever practice or whatever religion, if you choose to work with or go to like structured religion, still make it your own. Develop your own personal relationship with the deity, with the energies. Coexist is fabulous wording. Yes, they all coexist. That's why I interchange the words, because I don't see it as just one or the other. It's just coexisting. They're different names for different energies that are ultimately all connected. All connected. We're connected to all of them. So that's a little bit of a round overview of how how I came to this type of belief and thinking. So if you don't know, if you like say, Patty, I really would like to start when we just try working with some goddess energy or deity energy, but a name doesn't really pop up to me. That's where I would recommend. I have two, and they're of different cultures. One is this one that I have shown you, Lakshmi. the Hindu goddess of love and abundance, and also Kuan Yin, who is the Chinese goddess of compassion and mercy. And another thing I see, like all of these different cultures, all of these different um, ethnicities, nationalities, they call their goddesses, their deities, different things, different names, obviously, but they all have this belief in a higher power when you come down to it. So if it's all connected energetically and coexisting, like Janice says, we can coexist with multiple beliefs. We can coexist with multiple practices. We can coexist with multiple deities if that's what feels good to you. If you want to explore that, if you feel strongly about staying with one, then do that. But do it in a way that resonates with you, that actually gives you peace, that gives you that connection, that faith, that inspires the faith, that fosters faith instead of merely just going through the motions because it's what we were taught or how we think it's supposed to be. It is a little bit of, bigger, thinking in the sense like, what do you mean more than one? Because the way I see it, Christianity and all religions, the way they're structured is a man-made thing, right? The practices, the beliefs, they're all created and written in their, in a Bible or whatever other uh, religious writings and things. I am not schooled in all that, so I know I'm probably not using the right terminology. But the thing that connects everything is a belief in a higher power. How we choose to work with that, to represent it, to tap into it, that's all the individualized. That's how all the different I see, religions and things came about. But it all stems, all of the cultures around the world and different beliefs have that belief in a higher power. It's just called different things. So that's why I think it's all connected. Where are we at? Beautiful. Compassion and mercy. Absolutely. All of these higher level emotions, right? We talked about the ladder of emotions. I think I have it. And it's in a book. I'm not going to waste that time. I will find it and probably include it in here at some point. Um, Coexist. You don't have to have only one. Absolutely, Marilyn. For different purposes. Yes, exactly. Different purposes, different needs. Hecate is the goddess for the dark moon. Yes. So there's different goddesses that are associated with different astrological signs of the new moons, different phases of the moon. So you can work with any of them or all of them or none of them and just, work with energy, your higher power energy, or working with the celestial heavenly body of the moon. I like the triple goddess, but haven't worked with them. But I think because the crows are sending messages, think I'm a bit lost. That's okay if you're a bit lost. I kind of look at that as a up leveling. It's like, okay, I'm feeling a little lost. I need to do whatever works for you, journaling, meditating, walking in nature to get the direction, or maybe just try something to see if that brings you clarity. Because again, it's all so personalized. But yes, the triple goddess, the maiden mother of the crone, and I have a little thing to show you that represents that. But let me finish my thing before I show you the show and tell stuff. So Lakshmi and Kuan Yin are good energies to start with. They're kind and loving and compassionate, and welcoming, very welcoming. There's no harsh energies there. Having an image of the deity or the goddess around, like I have that one up on my wall over here. Sometimes I can just sit here and do a quick meditation, or just like, hey, okay, tapping into that energy because she's there represented in the image and the little statue I also have. Then at the new and full moons, or any other time, any time at all, you want to connect with the goddess. I like to light a candle if I'm doing intentional work, like setting my intentions or meditating for some answers or guidance. I like to light a candle because that holds the space. That just gives that reverence that I am holding space. I am welcoming your energy, your presence here in this space that I have created, even if it's only for a few minutes. It doesn't have to be extensive or a very long time. Um, and then if you're wanting to go deeper and learn from them, do that. Light the candle, have the picture, ask your questions, and then write about whatever comes to you. Some of it may make sense right away, some of it may not. You can ask a specific question and write what comes to you, or doodle about it if that helps you tap into the emotions or the information as well. And questions, just a couple that you might want to start with, other than what we talked about before, or are they part of it? Yeah. What do I need to know about you? They're repeating what I said earlier. How can you help me? And then ultimately, if working with a goddess is not for you or it doesn't call to you, that's okay too. It's all okay, because my strongest point, the thing that I really just like pound on, is make it work for you. Because if you do things exactly the way I do them, but they don't resonate with you, you're not going to get the benefits and the results that you are looking for, that will move you forward, that will deepen your faith and your practice. I visit through meditation. Yes, that's my most common too. But when I do notice that my mind is just, I can't, even though I come back to my breath and my mind is like all over the place, then I will go with writing. But I also tend to that's my preferred method, is through meditation. And I like having smells, so like incense or candles. That just also helps create the atmosphere and the energy as well, that helps me get into that place where I will be receptive to the information, to the answers, to the guidance. Oh, and my belly just rumbled. Ooh. So the last thing I want to talk about is very similar. It really ties into what we talked yesterday in practices that help you connect with the moon, because that's also really tied into the spiritual practice of it. But I like to have little representations of the moon in as many places as I can. It's like I never get enough. There's like several down there, but I also have, ways that, just to show you how I do it. I have this little rose calcite, I think it's rose calcite, but I know it's calcite, moon dish, and I put little flower petals in there. I refresh the flower petals at the new moon, or at anytime I refresh, also rechange my space, like at the solstices or the Sabbats, the holidays, wheel of the year things, I refresh that. This particular blend I made myself from flowers that I got for my birthday that I dried and then made my own mix. I also have a pre-bought mix of flowers, but I keep that there. And then when I refresh them, these ones that have been used, I will put into potted plants or something outside. I don't have an outside garden right now. They're all potted plants, but I will put them into the potted plant and let them break down, into the soil to just be recycled and reused. Virgos use everything all at once. And that's okay too. I see, like for me, because I'm Aries, I move through different things, because doing the same thing, even if it's all of them all at once, is like, okay, I need to change. I need to change it up a little bit. Variety, spice. I don't know. Yes, I'm very spicy for sure. So I have that little dish that I have up on my space. This is burned. Oh, it's not burned. It's a candle with no wick. There's no wick. I guess that's why I didn't light that one. There's no wick in the candle. How funny. So I have this little oil warmer, but it has moon cutouts. And then I will put the candle in here, put some water up at the top, and put some essential oils in there. And when I'm doing either meditations or when I'm doing my new moon intentions, I always have a specific space that I have just for like my moon stuff. There's always, regardless of what other things I put up on my altar or my spaces, there's always space for the moon. But yeah, Janice, I love this one. And I have is it a smaller one? Yeah, I have a smaller one too. And I found them at a thrift store. And they came as a set. And they're blue. And they're moon and celestial. And also, I learned this recently. And I love passing on what I learned. If you have or you find or get a clay ceramic oil burner like this by itself, just this little thing, is a perfect little mini altar. And let me tell you why. Because it's made from clay, which is the earth. It incorporates all the elements when you use it. This is the earth. When you put the candle in here, that's fire. You put water in here before you put the oil, so that is water. And then when you burn it and the scent goes up, sometimes I see the steam or whatever rising, but it doesn't have to be visible. The scent goes up in the air. That's the air element. So any little oil burner is a perfect little mini altar that incorporates all the elements in a tiny little package. So I had those two, and then I have another one that has the goddess on there, the triple goddess. So I just thought that was fabulous because then I could have one in different places for different reasons. I have the little one, the smaller version, near my ancestors' space where I just have pictures and little things of my ancestors. And maybe I'll put one in my room at some point. But yes, it's a perfect little mini altar, right? Isn't that fun, Marilyn? I was just like, oh, I love how clever people are and learning from them. And then, like we talked about, passing on the information. So representations that I have of the moon. This is Gabriela. Oops, make sure if I can lift it. Like the triple goddess you were talking about, the depiction of the triple goddess. This is selenite, which is also a crystal associated with the moon. And it is a sphere. So it looks like a full moon and I can just stick it in there. And that's on my little moon space up there. So you can work with selenite there's wands of selenite. I also have, this has the moon etchings in it. Selenite is a clearer. It's like, think of this as an energetic lint roller. You can like clear off the energetic lint off of yourself, off of other things. You can place this on top of selenite, on top of card decks, on top of anything. Selenite is not good to put in water. It'll like dissolve. It doesn't stand up well in water. But selenite is associated with the moon. I usually have some kind of candle that references the moon or has some kind of name, associated with the moon. This is the one I was using today. It's called Moon Shadow, and it smells good. It has little bits of moonstone in there and some herbs. It smells awesome. That was the one I used today. I showed you my moonstone earlier. So having the crystal itself, I have a moonstone wand that looks like a Dalmatian. So I have that up on my altar, and any number of things. I have other representations down there. I have a selenite full moon plate. I have a moon dish, another moon dish. So having a designated space for the moon helps you tap into that energy as well. And you can change it up at the new moons or the full moons or however it is that you like. I have moonstone. I love moonstone, Judy, and I want to get like a palm one. I did put my bracelets on today. Look at that. I do have a moonstone bracelet. I have a tower, a selenite tower, and that's how I recharge my bracelets actually. All the crystal bracelets that I have, I just hang them on this selenite tower and just clear them out. Clear out the energies, wipe them out. I have a few of that crystal they gave us as a gift with a crystal I bought. Yeah, selenite is fabulous. It's a great recharger and cleanser of things, of objects, of yourself. So these are just different ways that you can incorporate the practices and connecting with the moon into your spiritual practice with the moon, or as having the moon component into your already existing or your developing spiritual practice. And those are just a few of the show and tell things. I mean, I could go on probably for quite a long time because I have necklaces and all the things, crystal grid that is moon themed for the moon. So if you guys have, like Janice has shared deities, the goddess Aphrodite, and through meditation, I have a bunny that spends the full moon evening with me. Her name is Nokomis, daughter of the moon. Oh, Janice, I want to visit your place and hang out with all your critters and you and your flowers and your beautiful space. One day, one day. Yes, Janice welcomes all critters, and she's got fabulous little critters out at her place. Not all little, not all little. Her dogs are not little, but they're beautiful and fabulous. So that's what I have. Now, just to let you know what now. This is the 5th day. So this is the end of the 5 days of the challenge. I do have the bonus class on Sunday. It's going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific. It will be on Zoom, and it's a free class. It is part of this challenge. It's just not the 5 days. It's the bonus class. In this bonus class, I will be talking about how to find your moon sign, how to work with your moon sign so that you can get to know yourself and what you need emotionally. And then you can, if your friends or family, and if they know their moon sign, or if you can find it out, I'll show you how to find it. So you'll be able to do that. You can start to see, okay, how can I, communicate with this person, or what does this person need? Or how can I improve any aspect based on the moon sign, which ties into our emotions. So it will be at 11 a.m. Pacific on Sunday, which will be the 30th. Is that the right date? Yes, Sunday is the 30th. How can you get there? There's several ways. If you're on the challenge email list, I will be emailing out the Zoom link with the password in the email. If you are in the Manifesting with the Moon Challenge Facebook group, I will also put the Zoom link in there in the announcements, or you can stay in the group and I will stream the live from Zoom into the group. I cannot stream it to all the other places on Zoom because I'm streaming from Zoom. So I'm sharing from Zoom into Facebook, and I can only do that to one place, not like StreamYard here, where I'm in 3 different places all at the same time from one. From Zoom, I can only go to one. So it's going to be inside the Manifesting with the Moon Challenge Facebook group. If you're not in there yet, go ahead and join. The group does not shut down. It does become a little bit less active, between challenges, but the group doesn't shut down. So once you're in there, as long as you don't opt out, exit or leave, then you're in there for any future rounds of the challenges and things that come up. So I'll be streaming it in there, and I will be emailing a replay, a link to everyone on the email list of the replay of the chat. So let me give you the links here to get to the group and on the email list, because it's not too late. If you get on the email list today, you will get all the recaps of all 5 days for all the replay videos, all the printouts that I have shared throughout this challenge will be going out on today's recap email. So that's the beauty of it. It's all collective and cumulative together. You don't have to go back and find old emails. So which tab am I looking for here? And if you guys have questions or want to maybe a specific thing about your moon sign that you would like me to cover or talk about in the class, I am definitely open to that. Because I like to know what you guys want to know, because that's the beauty of it, getting you the information so that you can use it and work with it and learn from it. So you'll be learning how to get your birth chart for free. Won't cost a thing. And then I'll show you how to find your moon sign. I will be walking through the moon sign and the zodiac that it's in and how to work with that to get to know yourself better. So I guess I do need to just be quiet for a second as I click and make sure I'm clicking the right link on the right page. Okay, first of all, I will put how to get onto the email list right here. There we go. Get on the challenge email list here. And that will have the Zoom link and password. So there's that. Then I will put the link to the group where it will be streaming and where you will also be able to find the Zoom link and password. It will be posted. I don't know if it's scheduled for later today or if it's scheduled for tomorrow morning. Here's the group. Join the Moon Manifesting with the Moon Challenge Facebook group. I wish there was a way that I could find, if there is, to pre-post these before going live, but you can't. You can't pre-post it if you're not live yet. So you will be able to watch the live stream and the replay there. And then you will get the email link, the replay link emailed to you. So that is super exciting. And if you're saying, so then what? After that is over, after the class is over, you will remain in the group. You have access to the group as long as you choose to stay in there. Who is the Dark Queen? One of the triple goddesses. Okay, I will see. Where's my paper? The Dark Queen. I have to look them up. I don't know all of them off the top of my head. The triple goddesses, I know generally it's the Maiden, Mother, and Crone, but I know you're talking specific names. So Dark Queen, and if you guys know this information off the top of your head, please feel free to answer. The answers do not have to come from me. Let me write down, who is the Dark Queen? One of the triple goddesses? Is she one of the triple goddesses? How did you phrase that, Marilyn, for Hecate? Yes, okay, yes. You just answered me right there. See, you guys are awesome. Hecate. Yeah, and there's so much information about Hecate. Like I said, I haven't delved into all of them at this point, but I do know little snippets. So you might want to read about Hecate, because I know she is definitely associated with the moon. I don't know for sure if it's the Dark Queen or if that's the name, because I just don't know. You're welcome. That's what you just pulled. See, you just can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. So what afterwards, if you're not already in the Blue Moon Magic Tribe Facebook group, I encourage you to join us there, because that is the main free group. And I do chats in there. I do full moon and new moon chats. I'm going to actually, I did not get the full moon chat in there this week because of having to go to appointments. Hecate is a triple goddess. Thank you, Janice. See, everybody has so much knowledge, different knowledge, but so much knowledge. So I will see if I can either scoot in there since we're still in full moon energy, or if I can just put some information up in there. Challenge weeks get to be very busy, but good busy. And you can hang out with us in the Blue Moon Magic Tribe Facebook group. There's a great community of people. We're actually almost to 1,000 people in there, which really blows my mind. And I just love it. So that's a free group to join. That's ongoing all the time. And I've been telling you and sharing about the Moon Magic and Manifesting Mentorship. That is my baby. That is what I've started. Other, it's part of my business, but it's like the newest baby in my business. That's where we have a beautiful group of people. I've shared about how you get the daily card and journal prompt, the connections and the support and relationships. I really think are the biggest benefit and feature of the membership. And then we have so about a call a week, sometimes depending on when the new moon or full moons fall, because those don't fall on the same date every month. It may add up to two, but about a call a week. There's the new moon and full moon circles. Currently, it's the new moon coaching calls as we work through the zodiac, and then a magic call. And also, the membership members, you guys in there, get first dibs to all new things. So I told you there is something really cool coming down the pike with some working with cards, incorporating cards and coaching, not readings, not traditional readings like you may be familiar with. That is not what I do. I am not a tarot reader. I am a coach. I am a mentor. So ways to work with that. Get first dibs, then the group, and then I make it public. Then the free group, and then I make it public. So that is the order. If you're in the membership, you also get access to any like one-off workshops that I do. If there's anything bigger, like a course or a bigger workshop that's multiple phases or like multi-day or whatever, then membership people in the membership will get discounts to those, and they'll be posting in there. So whatever price you join at, that will be your price as long as you stay in. Currently, it is $22 per month, and that is no matter what it goes up to in the future with all the things that I will be adding, like I said, layer by layer, you will remain at the price that you get in on as long as you stay consistently a member. If you leave and come back, then you will join at the price that it happens to be then. A good one. Yes. Thank you, Marilyn. We have so much, I want to say fun, but it's just so much connection because, sometimes there's some stuff we talk about that may not feel fun, but we've had some really great aha moments this last circle at the full moon circle, some completions or very nearing completions of stories and things that we've worked, we've been through it with everyone throughout the whole process, which is just amazing to me. I don't have the word even to describe that feeling. Because that's what I wanted. That's really what I wanted. So I created the space. And like I said, you get all the new information and access to the replays of everything. I am a little behind in getting the replays up in Teachable, but they are coming, and you have access to them in Teachable and all of the resources in the class site. Just as a I don't want to say a sneak peek, but as a thought process of things that that are currently on my list that I want to be adding are maybe a monthly podcast, pre-recorded podcast that is only for the membership. Excuse me. And or like a masterclass of some sort that is strictly for the membership, not part of the things that I offer like as a workshop or anything like that. Let's see. Is this Carol Goodthorpe? Is this day 3 or day 5? I am confused. This is day 5, Carol. It started on Monday, but all of the replays are in the announcements. This video will go up into the announcements as well. If you're on the email list, Carol, for the challenge, you also get the replay. So you have access to all of them. And if you're in the group, the videos don't go away. They're not being taken down anymore like I was in the other group when it was in the main group. Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh, I see why you're saying that. Well, now look at that. See, I thought I was all prepared. Today's day 5. Let me tell you what the perfectly imperfect. Let me tell you what the days were. Day 1 was setting new moon intentions. Day 2 was full moon forgiveness and gratitude. Day 3, the real day 3, was manifesting abundance with the moon. Yesterday, day 4, was practices to help you connect with the moon. And today we're talking about how working with the moon can be a spiritual practice or part of your spiritual practice. Yes, Janice, you're right. I'm human, and Gabriela, LOL, I am the queen of learning how to laugh at my mistakes. When I go back and send this out, it will have the right day. It will have the correct day. Thank you, Carol. Hi, Eva. I'm so glad you could jump in for just a second, even. I've been watching the replays and finally got to join a live. Then saw the title. I am thrilled that you're here, Carol. And apparently the universe worked it out so that you could remind me. You could point that out to me. Quick peek, no worries, my friend. So I will fix that. And now that gave us all a chuckle for today. And we can go on, in an uplifted mood. So that is what I have to share with you guys. I look forward to seeing you on the bonus class on Sunday. And being part of the community, joining the free group, joining the membership, whatever feels right to you. I will next week return to my regular schedule on the Blue Moon Manifestations page of the Monday video, which is just a quick tip or something that you can use along the lines of Moon Monday, Magic Monday, Manifestation Monday, Mindset Monday. I might start throwing in there Motivational Monday in the rotation. I will go back to going live on Wednesdays, our weekly live Wednesday, and then Friday card pulls. And I'll be pulling cards again on Friday. This week, those were I couldn't go live multiple times from the same platform. It thinks I'm trying to spam when I do like multiple lives. So since this is being streamed to the page, this week was a little bit of a reboot, and I'll go back to the regular schedule next week. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Hang out with us in whatever way feels right for you, and we will just keep learning and manifesting and creating a life of magic. And I will see you guys. Thank you so much for the wonderful week. You're welcome, Carol. Thank you for being a part of it and for being my little editor today, so that I can fix that. So have a great one, guys. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for being here and part of this challenge. Don't forget the prize thread. You will be able to qualify for prizes all the way through next Wednesday morning when I announce the prize on Wednesday around the same time that I go live, 10-ish, 10:15-ish maybe. I love you too, guys. Bye, Tana. Thank you for being here. Bye, Gabriela. Love you guys right back. Take care.